Hi, this is Caroline from Adult Services, and today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite books for 2023, Horse by Geraldine Brooks. It's based off the true story of Lexington, and it goes through 3 different centuries. It talks about Lexington as a foal and his enslaved, and he is taken care of by an enslaved boy, and talks about their history of losing and finding each other throughout their lives. And then in the 1900s, it talks about an art gallery owner who finds a painting of Lexington. And then in the 2000s, it talks about an art history major who finds the painting in a pile of junk. And then he goes to the Smithsonian, and they ended up having the bones of Lexington. So it talks about their relationship and talking about this horse's sort of legacy throughout time. So it's a great book. She's a Pulitzer Prize-Winning author, and I hope you pick it up.
Hey everyone, this is Stacey from Teen Services. Did you know that January is National Hobby Month? Well, I am setting up a display for you teens so that you can unleash your imagination and learn a new hobby this month. So maybe you want to learn how to start podcasting. This book will be on display. Maybe knitting is your thing. We have a book just for that. You know I love cooking, and we have a wonderful teens cooking book just for you to learn a new hobby of cooking. I could go on and on. How about learning easy ways to draw? And you could even start learning a new instrument. So all of these books and more are going to be on display on the 2nd floor, so you can learn a new hobby this month of January.
Hello. My name is Patti. I am head of youth services at the Goffstown Public Library. And boy, it has been a busy few weeks at the library as things are starting to calm down and slow down. I'm starting to think about what I want to read in January for myself personally. And I thought maybe some of you out there who are thinking the same thing for the young people in your life would like to hear a little bit about some new materials in the children's room. So I wanted to highlight 2 new picture books that I just love. Interestingly enough, both of them deal with a topic that's near and dear to my heart, and that is social emotional growth for youth. The first one is called Sometimes I Cry, and it's by Jess Towns. And I love this book because honestly, whether you're a child, a teen, or an adult, you can relate. Focusing on the fact that there's lots of different reasons that we cry, not just because we're sad. Sometimes we cry because we're happy. Sometimes we're scared. Sometimes we're sad. Sometimes we're just laughing so hard that we cry. So I love this book. It's sort of timeless. The second is called The Brilliant Miss Bangle by Kara Devins. This is about a new school librarian that takes over. And apparently the former librarian was so beloved that when the new librarian comes in, the students aren't sure what they think about that. She has to win them over. So this is a really fun story about how she goes ahead and does that. So those are 2 new picture books. Looking to nonfiction, which is actually one of my very favorite things to read and to purchase, I have 2 titles that I'd like to share with you. The first one is called In Between. It's by April Pulley-Sayre. And in previous recordings for this, I think I highlighted some of her other titles. One of the things I like about her books the best is the really realistic, real-life pictures that are in her books. So just to give you a quick look. It's not cartoonish. Kids get an idea of the subject matter, what it truly looks like. And I think that's really neat. So as I said, this particular title is called In Between. And the jacket says, do you ever feel a little awkward, unsteady, or stuck in between? You are not alone. So this is a neat new nonfiction book. The other is another fabulous author, Cy Montgomery. You may be familiar with Cy. This one is called The Book of Turtles. Everything you ever wanted to know on a pretty basic level about turtles. Not so much the realistic pictures, but very detailed and specific. Great information about turtles and all the different types. So that's a fun read. Then I brought to share with you a new graphic novel book for a little bit older kids. It's called The Dungeon Club. It's the beginning of a new series in graphic novel format. If you're not sure what graphic novels are, some of us know them as comics. They're written in this type of format. Hugely popular with kids, teens, and even adults. What's neat about this particular one is it's highlighting a game called Dungeons and Dragons. Some of you may have heard of it before, which is an imaginative game that teens in particular play. So even though this book is geared towards younger kids, it's something that they probably have heard of before and will be aiming to play as they get older. So again, it's called The Dungeon Club Roll Call, and there'll be future titles that come after this one. And then last but not least, I wanted to make sure that everyone is aware that we have these fabulous new items called Playaways. We've actually had them for quite a long time, but I'm not sure that everyone knows what a Playaway is. They're essentially an audiobook, but it's a self-contained audiobook where you don't have to swap out different discs. As an example, let me open it up. There we go. Inside the case is a small little player. It's run off battery power. It's an unabridged version of whatever the book is. You just pop some earbuds in and listen to it. No, you just pop and go, so to speak. We have Playaways on a multitude of different titles. I brought to share with you Egyptian mythology. We have a lot of people out there that love mythology. Another one that we recently purchased is one of the titles in the I Survived series, which is super popular with kids. And last but not least, the Timeless Magic School Bus series. This particular one is on the ocean floor and lost in the solar system. So I hope today I've been able to share with you something that might catch your interest that you would like to share with a young person in your life.